So Islam has institutionalized the concept of zakah, which is the obligatory charity. In your opinion, how do you see that being different from people's perception of paying taxes, for instance? And do you see that? Do you see any differences in these two aspects?
Yeah, and that's actually a good question, because in other countries, perhaps where Muslims are the majority, there may not be a similar concept such as taxation by necessarily, and therefore they are expected to pay the zakat. But living in the United States and in Canada, and even in Europe for that matter, we have both obligated upon us. One is by God and one is by the government. And the interesting concept here is that even if there were no taxes by the government, we would still be obligated to pay this zakat, this alms due, if you will. And the notion there is that zakat by itself talks about purification, it talks about growth, so that one's wealth is purified and grows by one's attempt to give back to the larger community. And in Islam the mandate is to give 2.5% of one's accrued wealth. So after I have spent on all of what my needs are for the family, whatever is left over unspent for 1 year, then that 2.5% of that is considered the zakat on that wealth. Now, comparing that to the difference between the taxes given to us, those taxes are inspired or mandated to us by the government. And so the government says that you are in a particular tax bracket. You give us back X amount of dollars, we will use those dollars to then serve you through providing infrastructural services, through providing all kinds of things, repairs of the roads, for the school system, these things. But the zakat, on the other hand, has at least 7 or 8 categories for which the recipients have a particular, are in each category, they deserve a particular level of assistance, and that money goes for that. So the difference here is that one could say that it is being used to uplift and directly assist individuals. That's the zakat. And on the other hand, and also institutions, on the other hand, the taxation that the government imposes upon us is used for infrastructural services which benefit me, and then one could say in this world, and the zakat would benefit me in the hereafter.
Are you satisfied with letting others misrepresent Islam? No, we must do something. Support 877 Why Islam project. They have put billboards in over 40 cities, hundreds of subway and bus ads. 877 Why Islam airs radio advertisements in major cities and recently launched TV commercials on local Fox, CNN and CBS channels. Send your donations today